Shalom to you, like giving all praise, honor, glory to you, how about Shem Yashai, Bashem Kakadashin, giving love and honor to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who well, peace and salutation to you, elect. Shem Yahweh. My name is Amapa from the Great Millstone Plaintables Camp, located here in the city of Philadelphia. Just coming with another lead lesson. You have it here, Elon Musk at Milken conference. AI will replace bloated, inefficient federal government. And as we can see with the current administration, with your 47th president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, and his cabinet, and they're really moving and with the wishes of the banking elite, okay? And because we see like a lot of the different things that are coming in that are just straight up cold, like cold, lacking and any compassion, empathy for the government. I mean, for the people. All right, because this are these different moves that are happening within government are impacting people from high to low. All right. So it says here, since President Donald Trump took office in mid-January, which is currently May the 5th, 2025, over a year of our deliverance and the judgment of Esau, Edom, the time which we're in, are the end times. So we, are seeing the Lord will the complete destruction of Esau's system. It says, since Donald Trump took office in mid-January, the Trump administration has employed Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, which is acronym DOGE, to streamline government operations. This initiative eliminates redundancy, fraud, and waste while leveraging AI, which is artificial intelligence, to automate and reduce bureaucratic inefficiency. Right, the things that are going on within the various offices. Okay. And you have a lot of different bureaucratic offices that definitely need to be eliminated. There's a lot of made up jobs, okay, and money being sent, wasted. So this is gonna piss a lot of people off too, because a lot of people got sweet gigs, and now those sweet gigs are gonna get replaced by the technological advancement that has been evolving in these last days. This is Daniel the 12th chapter, and it says here, it says, in that time shall Michael Allah, is one of the archangels, stand up. The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, dealing with the elect. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, the elect, the remnant, starting with the 1/3, the 144,000 within the 1/3 are the prophets, man, that have been bestowed this truth to preach. And you have that rest of the 1/3 peaceable multitude of men, women, and children that believe in this word and the report that, of course, the prophets are heralding, being made known and declared, and week in and week out as they go on the highways and hedges and preach and also do these different various lessons. You best believe there's somebody that's, listening to this word, because the Lord, his word doesn't go out void. And as it does tell you too, this is Psalms chapter 19:2. It says, day unto day utter speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice, which are the prophets, is not heard. Okay? So this word definitely is going out, and prophecy is definitely being fulfilled. So it says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever. But thou, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. And with this technology, hey, things are going faster and faster, getting smaller and smaller. And reducing the size of things within government is part of it. Okay? As Elon Musk is automating, using artificial intelligence to reduce bureaucratic inefficiencies. Okay? And these things are going to bring more troubles to many people. Alright? It says on Sunday, Elon Musk attended a closed-door Milken Institute global conference where he provided further details on deploying AI to eliminate government efficiencies, potentially replacing some public sector workers, according to Bloomberg, citing an attendee of a prestigious conference at Beverly Hilton in Los Angeles. Musk told financier Michael Milken at a closed-door event, which ticket starts at $25,000 and features high-end or high-level individuals, including U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, NVIDIA, Jensen Huang, and Citigroup's Jane Fraser, and Citadel's Ken Griffin. How AI will replace some of the federal government's workforce. So, you already got many people have been losing their jobs in these recent months of Donald Trump taking office. You're going to see more. Okay? Departments being eliminated and replaced by this tech. It says Musk also spoke about his brain implant company Neuralink, dealing with the MOTB, one in your forehead, and the development of Starship at his rocket company SpaceX. It says Deutsche and the Trump administration bet that AI can replace a sizable portion of government workforce, particularly those in administrative, data processing, and customer service roles, to dramatically reduce federal payroll costs, eliminate efficiencies, and modernize public services. Okay, so you see what it is, and we can see the spirit of what it is.
So you normally go around the table, say where do we get down the screen?
Wait, this way?
Sure. No, we start with you.
Sure. So actually, a lot of great work at the Treasury this week. One of the crazy things with regards to the Treasury is that when a payment is made, and the computers at the Treasury actually pay about $5 trillion per year, like crazy amounts, there was formerly not a budget code on there. So if some payment was made, you didn't know actually what it was for. It could have been for anything. Yeah. There was a $4 billion COVID fund in the Department of Education, and there was no receipts required, so people could just draw down on it. And when people looked into it, this wasn't us, this was before us, they found that money was being used to rent out Caesar's Palace for parties, rent out stadiums.
So like a lot of wasted money. Caesar's Palace? What does somebody need to go to Caesar Palace for? Okay. And it's so-called tax, as they call it, taxpayer dollars. Right? Reckless spending.
Etc. And so the one...
You're struggling to even go have enough money to, feed your family throughout the week. These people are taking alleged tax money and going to Caesar Palace. I remember that in Atlantic City, and renting out different stadiums.
One change that Doge made with Department of Education is we had the simple requirement that if you draw down money, you must first upload a receipt. That was the only...
Yeah, like a lot of these different government and programs and such, and a lot of things are not being audited. So people are just spending money and, it's just going unchecked. But if you check what is these things being spent on, you find out a lot of corruption is going on, behind the scenes. So, Esau being a house divided, what we're going to see is just them tell on each other. And everything come out to the light, okay? This is the book of Job, and chapter 12 and 16, it says, with him, which is the Most High, Yahweh, alright, Hashem Shai, is strength and wisdom. The deceived and deceiver are his. He leadeth counselors away spoiled, and maketh the judges fools. Okay? He looseth the bond of kings, and girdeth their loins with a girdle. He leadeth princes away spoiled, and overthrew the mighty. He removed away the speech of the trusty, and taketh away the understanding of the age. He poureth contempt upon princes, and weakeneth the strength of the mighty. And right now the Lord has been weakening, these Edomites, okay? In these times. These Edomites, hey, through them being a house divided and being exposed, hey, they seem very, very, very vulnerable. It says he discovered the deep things out of darkness. And they have a lot of obscurity in different ways where they hide, the money trail. Okay, what's going on? Okay, he bringeth out to light the shadow of death. Okay. And this is that place of the valley of the shadow of death. So, the Lord is showing a lot of things and iniquities that's done here in Babylon the Great America. All right. So let's continue.
Only change that was made, you must upload your receipt. And upon doing so,
Yes.
nobody drew down any money anymore.
Yes, but we didn't say that we'd check the receipt. You could send a fake receipt. You could send a picture of your dog. Anything. Anything. And but as soon as we asked for anything at all, some of the requests were like, oh, we don't need it anymore. Huh, that's interesting.
They were renting Caesar's palace.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like you see on these different databases, you don't really have somebody really checking into what really is being sent as data. Okay. But it can be retrieved. But as long as you actually submit something. Okay. So, you have it where even these checks and balances and these systems is inefficient. Because somebody definitely within government, knows about this and has been getting away with things. Okay. So then you got a lot of false data that's out there. Okay. So you really can't trust your enemy, as the scriptures say, never trust thine enemies, like as iron rusteth, so up his wickedness. Alright? So you can't trust Esau Edom at all. He's telling you and laughing at it. How you could just upload anything. And like I said, hey, I've seen firsthand experience with this stuff, with working with these type of fields and stuff with technology and such. I see a lot of this go on. All right. Things just gotta you have government programs that they didn't even have public record for a lot of these stuff. So it's a lot of madness going on.
Like basically partying on the taxpayer money.
Stadiums.
Yes.
Leasing stadiums.
Leasing stadiums.
For what?
For
Entertainment.
parties, basically.
For parties.
Yes.
That's a big party.
It's a big party.
You'd think if you were stealing, you'd start small.
They do start small. But then what happens is over the years, so generally the fraud starts out small and they try to hide it. But then year after year, if nobody stops the fraud, it gets more and more brazen. And every year it gets bigger until they're literally renting out stadiums. Like
Within $1 million to rent out a stadium?
Fraud infragrante delicto, okay? We're talking at scale.
So, hey, Esau is using Esau to expose himself. Okay? Alleged South African. I guess Elon Musk, I don't know where he from. To expose you American Edomites. Alright? So, their house divided, and we know what this will lead towards. You know, this will lead towards Egyptian versus Egyptian. All right. But Isaiah 19:2, and I will set Egyptian, American, against Egyptian. This is spiritually Sodom, Egypt, America, the place of the captivity of the Israelites as they were in ancient Egypt. We do know, but you know, you have it here in Babylon the Great, America. You have all. Esau got control of the world. You know, so you have the inhabitants of Babylon. Hey, Egyptian versus Egyptian. Okay. Our new Egypt. It says, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right. And hey, seeing that a lot of businesses been taking advantage of things, and government funding has been used just to play around. That's not gonna run so easily for people. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm gonna call that a lesson to the spirit. We'll keep following up, but we see, hey, just more of a light being shined on Babylon the Great and its corruption. Shalom to you, like.